So tell me a little about yourself.
Yeah, I was born in Denver, Colorado. Growing up, played soccer. I didn't really like school that much.
No, he's one of them.
Not really into it.
Oh, I'm gonna be here for an hour.
High school was tough. Went to community college, but
Ugh,
I managed to
I have to at least
graduate
act
and all that.
interested.
I decided to go to a state school by my house.
My name is Lucas Arellano, and I landed an entry-level BDR role without going to college or having any experience. And now I teach people how they can do the same. By the end of this video, you're gonna have the perfect answer to the most common interview question, tell me a little about yourself, so that you can not only stand out to hiring managers, but make it to the next round. Now, before we jump into this, I wanna give you 5 general rules to follow and then a general framework so that you can tailor this to your life as best as possible. Rule number 1, you don't want to get too personal. They don't care about your trials as a child or your family issues. What they really want to hear is about your professional career and how it can provide value for their company. By getting too personal off the bat, you might make them feel uncomfortable, and that is not what you want to do. Rule number 2, never say anything bad about your previous or current company. If you do, they might think, oh shoot, we have the same problem here and he and she might not be a good fit. Or, and this is the most likely to happen, they're gonna think that you are the problem and that you're not very self-aware or coachable, and they're not gonna end up hiring you. Rule number 3, every part of this answer should be an indirect pointer as to how you can bring value to that company. When they say tell me about yourself, what they're really asking you is tell me about your life experiences and how they prove that you can bring value to my company. Rule number 4, make sure that every story you have is true because you will get called out. I was interviewing for my company. I told them I would cold call business owners for my detailing business, which was true. My interviewer asked me on the spot if I could do a mock cold call as if he were the business owner I was calling. If I made that up, there's no way in hell I would have been able to come up with the cold call script that I did have. I know a lot of you guys might be lying on your resumes, and the only thing I have to say about that, make sure that you have details to back it up because you will be called out. It is the hiring manager's job to call out your BS, so you should be expected to get pressed a little bit on these details. Rule number 5, this needs to be no longer than 2 minutes. Even that's kind of pushing it. Anything longer, their eyes are just gonna glaze over and you're not gonna be heard, and you're gonna miss out on a huge opportunity to prove yourself and the value you can bring to that company. Now, by keeping those 5 rules in mind, let's jump into the general framework of this question so that you can tailor this to your own life. At the end, I'll give you an example of everything put together. Now, if you're having trouble with a lot of interview questions and you don't know how to answer them, I have a step-by-step guide on how to land a sales role. I've included the perfect answer to the most common sales questions in the link below. Now, the opener needs to be a quick and concise explanation of the traits that you have, which you know they're looking for in this role. You can find in the job description. Address what they're looking for and explain that you're a perfect match. This is just a way smoother transition than going straight into your professional background/career. The second part of this answer is going to be a background on your professional life and experiences. A pro tip here, hiring managers love athletes because they know how to compete, they know how to cooperate, and they're extremely competitive. So if you played sports at a high level in either high school or college, make sure you mention that, but don't spend too much time on it. You want to spend more time on relevant work experience that you have. You're going to mention tasks that are similar to the ones you're going to be doing in the job you're applying for, how long you've been there, and don't forget to mention any achievements. Like I said, you want to mention relevant work experience or education, and if you don't have any, then focus on traits or achievements that can translate into your success in the role that you're applying for. For example, if you worked at a retail storefront and you're applying for a sales job, you're not going to tell them that you kept the store tidy and folded clothes. However, you might want to mention that you dealt with a diverse set of clients that were extremely frustrating at times, but maintained a positive attitude and relationship, resulting in repeat business and exceeding store quota by 110% per month for the year that you were there. After you mention your work experience, you're going to mention a strength that you've developed through those experiences. This should only be a sentence or 2, and it's pretty straightforward. Now, after mentioning your strength, you're gonna mention what you're looking for. Hopefully you've done some research on the company before this interview, so when mentioning something you're looking for, mention something that you know the company has. You can find this out by either looking in the job description or speaking with a rep at that company internally. This will show that you're not just mass applying and that you're actually interested in this specific role. Now that you know the 5 rules and the general framework of how to tailor this, I put together an example to help you realize what this might look like for you, and here it is. From the job description, I understand you're looking for a highly motivated, results-oriented individual, and that's actually why I applied for that role, because through my experiences, I've proven to myself that I'm exactly that. I have a background in customer service. I've worked at a retail storefront for the past 2 years, where I've constantly dealt with frustrating clients, but maintain a positive attitude, resulting in return business and exceeding store quota by 110% per month on average for the last 2 years I've been there. I've also worked as a waiter and a bartender before my retail job, where I constantly went over and beyond to provide the best customer service possible, ultimately making as much money as possible. Now, through my experiences, I've realized a big strength that I have is being able to stay organized, delegate, and prioritize tasks even when my schedule is completely full. I've also developed the skill to humbly take the blame for something that wasn't my fault and still be able to smile and act in the customer's best interest. As far as my career goes, I'm seeking a sustainable future while being rewarded for my high efforts. Your company's uncapped commission structure and the promising promotion track I spoke with Megan about is only a couple reasons why I really want to work here. The uncapped commission structure really speaks to me because I know I'll outwork anyone in the whole org, making as much money as humanly possible. As I said, you guys, I have a step-by-step guide on how to break into the corporate sales world, and in there is a Q&A of every interview question that you're gonna be asked in your interviews. So feel free to check that out, it's completely free. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.